had nothing in my agenda to start a podcast. It wasn't like, oh, I'm speaking and writing, so next natural progression, let's do a podcast.
So this is after your books.
Yeah, this is after books. The podcast itself is about only 2 years old, and we've already had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It will be 2 years old in September, so we haven't even made it to 2 years. But Jenny Randall is my co-host, and she actually reached out to me, which this is a common thing. If you're an author, you reach out to somebody and say, hey, would you look at my book and possibly endorse it, or at least, just let me know some thoughts that you have if this is a good thing. Now, sometimes...
But wait, she reached out to you?
She reached out to me about a book that she was writing.
Oh, I thought she was saying, can I endorse your book?
No. She was writing a book and wanted to get my opinion on it. And I filter through several of those consistently a week. And so hers actually looked different. It looked creative and colorful and fun. And I was like, this lady's fun. This is what I can identify with, like fast, like ping. That's fun.
She is your people.
Yes, she's my people. And so I was like, not only do I want to endorse it, like I'll write a little blurb for it. Let's go. I said, this is great. So I didn't know her from Adam, right?
Right. Who the heaven is this lady?
Right. And so she just reached out after that, probably 3 months later, and she goes, I just noticed you don't have a podcast. What do you think about this idea of just doing one together? What do you think? And so I was like, well, let's just kind of talk about it. Little did I know that she's an Emmy Award winning editor. And so I'm sitting here just like, oh, you're the real deal. Let's go. And we just started dreaming up some ideas. And we said, well, what's a felt need in the podcast world? Because we just don't want to create one to create one. And so we named it Shut the Should Up. It's this idea of finding freedom from the things that we tell ourselves we should and shouldn't do. Because if I have one nemesis to joy, if I had to pick one, there's lots, but if I had to pick one that is the nagger on every single person I know, it's should've, could've, would've. And I mean, like, everybody lives there for far too long. And so we were like, we could do an incredible podcast on this idea of tackling that idea that says, I should do this, and say, no, let's get free from that idea. Should to us is a 4-letter word. And so we kind of make it seem like that in our title, Shut the Should Up, and you got to say it slow or else people really write us nasty things.
The first time I heard it, I was like, I thought this was a Christian author.
Right. You're like, what's going on? What's going on?
And I guess you could have named it Shut the Wood Up, because that just sounds like you're like trying to hate on the trees.
Right, or something vulgar. I mean, it's horrible. Just don't even. Okay, so, I mean, no. You're never safe. You're never safe. So, I mean, no, doesn't matter what you try. So we get hate mail either way. So we're like, let's just go with it. Shut the should. So we started doing this podcast and dreaming up what we wanted to do. And we're going to be in our 4th season coming up this fall. And we're still, honestly, at the point where we're revving up to what we really originally dreamed. So we kind of had to lay we talk about this all the time, some railway track for this first 3 seasons. We had to garnish people that would want to listen and understand, get to know our chemistry and our friendship, feel as though we're informing and entertaining at the same time, that we're inspiring at the same time. And then we also wanted to bring in some incredible authors and other celebrity guests, which we did all last season and did it live, recorded it live. So we feel like we are now at the point where we're producing a fun, engaging, inspiring show. But we're just wheels off. Season 4, it's about to come. So we're excited for it, and it's been a blast.
And what's your biggest mission? What are you really trying to accomplish? I feel like after 3 seasons, you probably now know this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I can tell you what we want to accomplish by what we don't want to accomplish.
Okay.
We don't want people to just feel as though they're hearing information the second or third time. That this is a thought they've already thought, and I'm just expanding on it. We want people to feel as though when they listen into an episode that they're challenged and inspired to change something in their life. That way they can find freedom. And really that's where it boils down to. There are so many things on a daily basis that we say that we should be doing. And it's even subliminal in our own lives. So for example, as a mom, let's just start at base there. I should be a better mom. Just that statement alone. Where do you go from that when you feel the weight of thinking, I should be a better mom? There are some practical things you can do to actually be a better mom, right? And then there's some things that you will never, ever, 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 ever be able to do that you're trying to live up to. And that's okay for you to say, I need to release that and actually walk into the freedom of saying, I'm going to do what I can and what I know how to do right now. And we forget that God gives us grace for every single moment. And he gave us the kids that we have. I don't care if they're bonus kids from a marriage that was from something else in your life, and now you're like, wow, I'm a bonus mom here. That's awesome. Or whether they're a rainbow child that you're like, I've prayed and lost other children, and this one, man, I got to just get it right because this is my fifth chance and I'm finally getting to do it and I want to be perfect at it. There's so many expectations that we put upon ourselves. Or whether you're like me, you're like, I didn't even know that I had complications with having kids till after I'd had them. And now I have them here and I have 2 living miracles and I just don't want to jack them up. I always said before I even had kids, I just don't want them on a couch in a psychiatrist's office talking about me when they're 30. You know, I just don't want to be the reason for most of their therapy. If I could just kind of do that, I'll be successful. But I think we have so many things that are in our heads. That's just one should. And now imagine the millions that go unspoken that govern how you live your life, how you respond to other people and relationships, how you plan your career. Most people won't step out and dream anything because they think, I shouldn't even think that I can do that. Shut that should up. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm like, shut it down. Put it away. Why not? Tell me why.
Hey y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow, that is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel.
That's it.
Smash the like button on this video.